I heard it on the radio and I came down. I couldn't believe it either.
Can't believe it.
I'm Dave Beero, and you're watching CLUBAVISION.
A full-on night ahead as we help celebrate Back to Basics' 7th anniversary, which has taken place here at the Mint Club in Leeds. A promotion which has seen many hedonistic parties, in fact, enough to write a book on. So, stop train spotting and let's get it on. Club in Leeds, Dave Beero's new little venture. Where did it all start?
It started in a muddy field somewhere, I think. Just as a group of mates today, you know, just that was it when it really started.
Back to Basics. Before it was at the Music Factory. Why did it stop there, and why have you started it up here?
Basically, we just got back underground. We're just tired of what's becoming like corporate clubbing now. So we always said that, you know, when enough was enough, we'd be out of it. And we still a small minority of people that actually believe that there's an house culture there.
Do you think people have taken it to the commercial level too much?
Well, it's gone too far now. It's gone too corporate. And what we're doing here is something a little going back to our roots, getting tiny, getting small again, and getting real. And it's working. These are the best parties I've done in 5 years.
Just that club is tiny. How many people can you fit in here?
It holds 600, but I mean people are tending to hang outside and come in one in and one out and stuff, so we're tending to have a turnover, which is strange. So we're getting as many people in as we used to do when we had a 1,000+ capacity space. But you know, at the end of the day, you know, as you'll see tonight, it's just a lot more into it. It's proper.
Tonight we're celebrating the 7th anniversary as well, Back to Basics.
I know, can you believe it? We were part of that super club thing, which you never wanted to be a part of, and got caught in this rat race running along with like the Cream and the Ministry and people like that, and the newcomers coming through like Gatecrasher. And it's for a younger element now. It's something that we weren't really about.
I mean, a lot of promoters that start out, they want to be in that super club.
Well, we never did it for that in the first place, because it was always like we came from acid house, you know. We come from like illegal parties through into club culture. We've travelled a bit and we've been around. We really understand house values here, and it's more of a love thing that's going down, and it's not about money.
This year, the Music Awards, you won Best Small Club after 6 months. That's pretty good.
It's a magic, and then that's what happens in places. You can get a party, you can throw a party anywhere, but when the people and the space, it doesn't matter what it looks like. When it gels with the music, there's it starts to twinkle, and the club will bolt, and it'll move around. And you can just feel it, you can sense it, and then it's an happy vibe without being silly.
Do you think for someone like you, you've been in it for 10 years, that you look back in the acid house days and you reminisce and you want it to be like that again? You're trying to.
No, never. I never look back. I was listening to a Tenaglia song the other week where it's going, "Do you remember the days? Do you remember those times?" And it was like, come on, mate, get with it. You know what I mean? Like, you keep moving and you keep generating and things keep happening, and you do it for your own reasons. If you want to go bigger, you go bigger. I like to have a good time, and I like to throw a party.
What makes a good promoter, do you think?
Not wanting to be a promoter, I think. I mean, people want to be promoters these days because they think, oh, you get loads of girls and you make loads of money and you're the boy, whatever. I think I've always thrown parties. If it's in my living room or if it's backstage with a band or wherever, I've always put on parties. For my job, the best thing is when somebody comes up and goes, "I've had the best night of my life."
RALPH LAWSON here. Obviously, being the resident DJ for Back to Basics, you've been able to experiment in your sound. How have you progressed?
Since day one, I played the very first record at the first club in 1991. They just give us the top floor. I don't think they sort of trusted us or believed us or knew what we were doing at all. And just the first week, I think there was about 80 people there, and then the next week there was 100 and 150, 300, and they were locking them out. Then they gave them the room downstairs, and then we got the room below that. We ended up with a sort of 3-tier club in about 3 months. It just went crazy. I sort of miss a lot of the other Saturday nights, really. Just like, I think a lot of people guest around and they're seeing all the different clubs.
Yeah.
I stay here and I'm sort of cocooned a bit. I sort of play my style and my thing, and the people in Leeds have got into that, or they wouldn't be coming back, I suppose. So I sort of missed out on a lot of other clubs. I think sometimes when I go to a different club on Saturday, I'm like, my God, is this what goes on elsewhere?
Your record label, Vision 2020, has seen many, many releases, but is there one... 27. Right, is there one track that the people out there can relate the track to the label?
Definitely. The one out of the minute is, I think, the best track we've had. It's called 10 Bar Burning Up by Owen Pinnock from Stafford, and I think that's superb.
Galaxy FM, you host your own shows. Tell us about that.
You can hear it when you leave here, straight off the club,
4
till
to
6 in the morning on Sunday mornings.
So how's it been here? Is the Mint Club complementing Back to Basics?
Yeah, really. For me, it's brilliant. I mean, for me, it's more like the original Basics. People really getting crazy, because it's one party, it's one room. It feels like that old warehouse one party style. When we started the 3 rooms things, when there's, you know, a house room, a techno room, and a whatever alternative room, but it just got bored of that. Now it's one room, one party. That's, you're either chilling out, or you're dancing, or you're having a drink, or you're on the pool. One of the 4. That's it.
We've got Stuart McMillan here from the Slam fame. Slam, originally the club started back in, 87 at the Sub Club. Come and take us from there, what happened?
Well, basically we started up when the whole acid house thing kind of started, and we just came along from that. We've been into like funk and rare groove and what have you, and then we started getting into Chicago house, and then just took it from there. Built it up, and it's just amazing the way that the scene's exploded. I mean, we started it as very much like anybody else, a hobby. And then it's kind of like now we're DJing all over. We've been to Japan and America, and like, you know, it's just escalated and snowballed from there.
But you keep saying we, the partner is?
Mr. Miko, of course, Mr. Rob Miko, yeah.
Do you guys get booked as Slam, the DJ?
Yeah, we go all over. We're doing an American tour soon. We're going to New York, San Francisco, and then we're going to up to Canada, all over. We're going to Detroit, of course, you know. So yeah.
Is it like a duo thing?
Well, it is a duo. I mean, I do my own thing and he does his own thing, but yeah, we're Stuart and all from Slam, because we're obviously making music together. Then, you know, the pair of us are doing the same thing, you know.
I presume you've both got different styles of music. How do you complement each other?
We're quite similar as DJs, you know, which means that we work well together. If we play together, it's good, because like, if Odd's doing an early part of the night, he can keep it nice and deep, and then I can build it up from there. So it's good if we work together, because we've got a good understanding of each other.
And Slam, the record label, these guys were the first people to sign up Daft Punk.
Yeah, it's strange. It's a good one, you know. We've got a really good relationship even still with the Punks, even though they're not with the label, you know. And they're great guys to work with, you know. And the success is like really, I'm really pleased for them, and it shocked me as well. You know, I never thought they were going to be so big, but there you go. You never know in this business. That's the way it goes.
So why did they move on to a bigger label?
They just wanted to go to a major record label. We still do stuff with them every now and again. Like, they've just done a remix of Scott Grooves, you know, and that's a really big record for us now. We've got a new compilation coming. We've got a 12-inch a month. Just things all the time. New Chaser album, new Envoy album. So a new Slam album, hopefully in the new year.
And the band Slam, you're using that name quite a bit, aren't you?
Yeah, we are ramming it down people's throats. Yeah, I mean, that's the name that's the name we record under. We also do different names as well. We've got Counterplan and Pressure Funk with different projects. So, but we're doing a new album in the new year with a new single and stuff to go with it. We're currently working on that at the minute, so that should be quite exciting, hopefully.
So explain the setup of the band to us.
Well, it's just basically myself and Ord at the moment. Hopefully we're going to be bringing more. I can't give too much away about the new album, but we're going to be bringing other people on.
Is it going to be like a live?
Yeah, we have been doing that already anyway, the live thing. It's something we've been doing, but we're going to try and expand that, you know, bringing live drummers, etc., and maybe some vocalists and stuff.
So Slam, the actual club night, finished quite a while ago. Why did it come to an end?
Well, basically we've been doing it a long time, and we just wanted to change it. We wanted to take time out. I mean, you know, if you do things like over and over again, people just take it for granted eventually. So
Get a little bit bored.
we thought we'd rather. I mean, our philosophy's always quit while you're ahead, you know. So I mean, we stopped the club, and then now we're doing a new monthly night called Pressure. We started that last month, and that was like.
And where's that held?
That's in the Arches again, I'm afraid. And
Gone back to your roots.
Yeah, gone back to our roots. Yeah, but that's been amazing. The last one was 1,600 people in there going bananas.
You're watching CLUBAVISION on ITV with me, RALPH LAWSON, and we're at Back to Basics.
Hello! So what's your name?
Andrew.
Louise. Sharon. What brings you down here tonight?
A night off and a good night, a good chance for a night out.
And a good girl. Ian.
Lisa.
Damien.
Henry.
And Dax.
So where are you girls from? Are you from Leeds?
We're from Sheffield.
All the way from Gazing in Channel Islands.
That's quite...
Hundreds of miles, mate.
It
You know what I
is,
mean?
isn't
Hundreds
it?
of miles.
I'm from London originally.
I should actually be ill tonight because I rang in sick from them tonight to be here. Look, I'm.
What do you actually think of Back to Basics as a promotion?
You know, it's alright. All I've got to say is that I'm 6 months pregnant and it's a brilliant club and I'm just enjoying myself and I'm going to rock till I drop.
I'm playing on here on Friday actually.
Have you got the...
You're heading.
I talked to Danny Rampling instead. He's a lot better looking than you, I must say.
You're heading.
So is this kind of a regular haunt every Saturday for you?
we've been here.
Every Saturday.
My birthday, 24. Christmas.
But yeah, we come here all the time.
The only club to come to in Leeds, definitely.
And we get on the guest list, so it's alright, man. We don't have to queue. If the guest list is there, you know you're going to come. Full of flu, I really am. I shouldn't be out here tonight. I really shouldn't.
The women? Oh, women are alright. Nothing special.
You in love?
Melanie Sykes, ideal woman.
So what about the men then?
No, the women are...
What about the men?
Yeah, the good looking men in there?
I don't know.
We do definitely better up north.
Mine's pubes. Pubes on tour. Having it large, yeah. I'm into concrete and scaffolding. And I'm just trying to rebuild Dave Beer's team.
And I'm going to David's High at the Faversham, and it'll be brilliant.
I love it, mate. Back to Basics rocks. Always has done, always will do.
I should be at home? No way! Because we're more friendly, you know, we're not nice, we've not got the fucking cockney attitude, I think.
We've got Irvine Welsh here from Trainspotting fame. I read that you was described as the poet laureate of the chemical generation. How does that make you feel?
Makes me feel really chemical.
Not only are you an author, you're a DJ as well. You've collaborated with Primal Scream, with your own band, Hebe Nation. Explain to everyone what your sound is all about.
It's about pure disco, it's about recapturing that kind of Nile Rodgers, Studio 54 kind of elitist, sort of Charlied Up sound, you know, sort of arrogant kind of Nazi, sort of Hitler Youth type sound. That's what we're into sort of capturing. Nah, not really, it's just about going out and having a good time and a bit of fun.
Do you not rate yourself as a DJ then?
I'm quite good at getting the records out of the sleeve, and I can sometimes manage to get them onto the map, and occasionally the needle goes across in the right place, but the rest of it's a bit of a mystery to me, but you know, I do my best.
Since Trainspotting was wrote, back in 1996, I mean, did you ever think that that book would be made into a film? I mean, it's had 2 soundtracks made, a stage play.
I'll say yes to be controversial, but probably not really, no. Nah, if you just write something, it's like it's like anything you do, whether it's writing or music or sort of go in the toilet or whatever, you don't expect it to have any consequence other than itself, you know, you just do it and then that's it. It's hard to say what kind of impact it has, because it's like, when you write something, the last thing you do is want to read about what other people have written about it, what other people say about it. So it's like when all the Trainspotting stuff came out and all that, and everybody was analysing Trainspotting and talking about it, what it means and what it meant and all that, I just tended to flip over the other page quite quickly, you know, because you don't really want to sort of know about that. It's something that's quite sort of divorced for you, and have it pushed back into you, it's like quite strange. So I've no real idea about the significance of it at all. I'd probably be the last person to talk to. You.
Do you think the popularity comes with the kids finally having found novels that they can identify themselves with, instead of feeling like victims of their own culture?
I don't think anything that's written in you know, the literary culture and tradition is all about writing in the Queen's English and all that. I don't think that anything that's written in that language is going to be popular with punters anywhere, because it's quite a kind of, it's an administrator's language, you know, it's a controlling language, it's an imperialist language. It's not really funky, it's not got any beats to it, but it's like kind of vernacular languages have all got a kind of beat or a rhythm to them, you know, it's like the East of Scotland vernacular, because it's like the Celtic oral story tradition, the music and all that's influenced in it. So it's almost got a kind of 4/4 beat, you know, you beat along, you beat along, you beat along. And that's what I try and do with the writing, is to get that beat, to get that groove, so that people want to turn over the page.
Do you see yourself as a bit of a Quentin Tarantino, or Alfred Hitchcock for that matter? Because you always seem to do these cameo appearances in your own films.
Yeah, I think what it is that they put me in the films so that I can't slag them off after they've been done, like, you know, so I can't dissociate myself from them, you know.
It's very crafty.
Yeah, if you're in a film, you can't say, oh, that's a lot of crap, the director's an arsehole, he's messed up my book, you know, you can't even say that, yeah.
Why'd you take up the role? Why didn't you just say, no, I'm not up for that?
Pure total vanity and ego, you know what I mean? It's a great, it's a fantastic thing to see yourself up on the screen, the big screen.
What about the future Acid House? I believe there's a film going to be made out of that.
It has been made and it's out in New Year's Day. It's 3 stories, the Grattan Star Cause, a Soft Touch and the Acid House. So it's a sort of, I don't know what you would call it, a trilogy I suppose, because it's 3. Yeah, a trilogy.
Well done. So you'll be making an appearance in Acid House?
Yeah, just at the very start I played as park keeper, actually in the park where I used to work as a park keeper. So I went filmed in my old birthday doing my old job, like, you know, which is sweeping up the showers and sort of changing rooms after the football teams have been in. And it was quite strange going in there, sort of as an acting what I used to do out.
I get the feeling tonight's going to be a good one, isn't it?
Basic 7th bash, like, you know, where do you go for there, like, you know, the answer is the Betty Ford Clinic, so kind of, you can book my sort of, book my berth alongside Curly Watts and Paul Gascoigne right now, like, I'm coming, I'm heading in there.
That's all we have time for this week, but make sure you get your reservations in early for that spot on the sofa for another slamming Clubavision show with me, Lisa Nash. Next week's show, we get our teeth into Peach at Camden Palace in London. We also bring you a taste from the Emerald Isle with Last at Kelly's in Port Rush. I get the lowdown on Cliché, the reasons and the rush of their success, Touch Magazine's dance charts, and of course, loads of you lot.